funny because after we left, Steven's like, Hannah's going to be so pissed at me. And he was like, because they don't talk anymore. And you know he's going to go text. Steven brought some fans of the show over here. And I was like, oh, damn, didn't mean to get you in trouble, dude. And he was like, oh, no, I don't give a shit. I got Hannah on that damn show. And I was like, okay. So I feel like Steven could have been someone that they could have utilized in a way that, like, he knows these people. He suggested these people. And I don't know. It's just a swing and a miss from production once again.
Swing and a miss, and like it's not like there's one Jax and Stassi. It's like they're not intertwined. Like couple A is sleeping together. Granted, you basically just met each other, so I don't know what this
Yeah.
life drama is. You
Oh
mean
God.
so like you've met each other one day, they're sleeping together. The guy's an asshole, the girl's crying. Period. Now we have a second group, same thing. It's like there's
Yeah.
literally like four couples. It's the exact same story. The guys are dogs, the girls are crying. They keep sleeping with the guys. Lisa says, girl power, learn to find your backbone. It's
Uh-huh.
like I can't believe I'm watching this. Now, the good, somewhat good news is it's good and bad news for Stassi too. Like you watch the one episode, like yes, it's better with her there. She's honestly only there because they're doing her own show, Stassi.
Which I guess will come out at some point.
I guess it's going to come out at some point. She brought Harper, she brought the Mezzer, she brought the nanny, she brought the nannies. I mean, the nanny's probably like a free trip. Great. She brought
Hell
Beau.
yeah.
Stassi to me in this whole, you watched less than I did. She's lost her mojo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what did you think of Stassi? Maybe you loved her.
I think Stassi's trying to find her footing again in being on TV, right? Like, and this is a different world, and I'm in a different production team in a different country, all these different things. And I believe that Stassi, I think, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but I think there's a little bit of like growth that's happened in the sense that she's like, well, I don't want to be season one Vanderpump Rules Stassi ever again, but I also want to like be a star. And so there's this like probably like self production battle happening in her head because she like knows what the shows need, but she also wants to represent herself in a way that's like, I'm mature, I'm a mother, I've got a family now. And I think that just isn't necessarily a an equation for a successful Stassi TV show.
Yeah. Yes and yes. Like it was. Yeah, I mean, she was trying to produce herself, and like even the nostalgia, like she's looking at the people going crazy and being drunk, and she's like, "I'm having PTSD," and they show a
Yeah.
picture of her and Jax, but it wasn't like, oh, the good old days. It was like, oh yeah, this isn't making me like this anymore. Like the good old
No.
days were so good. Everything, every scene with Lisa is so produced between her and
Oh
Stassi, where
God.
Lisa is like, well, I wouldn't say you actually did work, and Stassi's like, yeah, like just, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Stassi, they're trying so hard. The good news for Stassi is the scenes between her and Beau, which maybe will work on her show. Like, there's a scene, I don't know if it's in the episode you saw, where Beau is like, we're going to be spending more time in Italy in the summers, and she's trying to learn the language because she wants her citizenship. But he's like, we're here, I'm going to be working. I'm going to get a job like at a bookstore or
Yes.
something. And
Yes.
she's like, well, I couldn't, my life doesn't work without you. And he's like, I have no purpose. I'm literally
Yeah.
Mr. Stassi. You're the breadwinner. That's not the problem. I have lost myself in this marriage. And it's not like, but that to me is at least interesting. That's a
I did
real
see that.
thing.
Yeah. Well, and then Stassi does say something along the lines of like, I gave him a choice when we got married and he made that choice. And that is a good, like, I am interested in seeing that play out because it is this like constant thing we see throughout Vanderpump Rules, especially of like the battle people face when they're like, well, you said this. And now you're saying something else as if no one has ever changed their mind in their entire life. And that is like the funniest way I think people get in arguments on these shows because we never see in an edit someone being like, yes, I did say that at one point, and now I've changed my mind and I would like to explore this option.
What did she give him a choice if he wanted to keep his media job as like a
Yeah, or
media?
like come and like ride the Stassi train.
Interesting. So I mean, I agree, and I do like that at least they're even in the beginning where she's like, Lisa, I'm back with you working in a different capacity. Like they're showing that she was canceled, and she's like I like that they're acknowledging
Yes.
that she has made money over the years, and even the story with Beau. Also, there's this thing with his sister, which has come out that she feels that
Oh
he
yeah.
he has a weird relationship with his sister, and he has her name tattooed on his arm, and he's like, well, Jax had Stassi tattooed on his arm, and I don't do that. That's the kiss of death in a relationship. And she's like, yeah, when you first start dating, not when you've had two children. So maybe it'll be. Granted, he also seems a little awkward on camera. I don't think he's really gotten used to it yet, just in the scenes I've
Yeah,
seen.
it's it's I don't know. I'm a little
Like I'm not.
so-so on
Yeah,
Bobo because
yeah.
I feel
Why?
like he's had too much behind the camera experience that he's like hypercritical of himself in front of the camera, and
Like
it's a
turning
different.
red. He turned red later on in the season. There was something, and he just was like bright red. I'm like, this isn't good. You're supposed to be like a reality
Yeah.
star now.
Yeah, we gotta rein it in. And I'm rewatching for my Vanderpump Rob's Patreon. I'm rewatching season 8, and it is interesting to see like Stassi and Beau and Jax and Brittany prepping for marriage and all of that stuff in season 8.
Oh
That
God.
really, it's people hated season 8 with valid reasons,
Was
but
that the
going back.
Brett season and the Max
Yeah,
season?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
Brett, Max, Dana, Danica, all of that. Charlie's first season. And
Hmm.
if you separate them from watching of season 8, it's actually a really good look at the core cast before we go into COVID and then go into season 10 with Scandival. Like it is it's more fun going back and watching season 8 than when we watched season 8 for the first time.
Huh. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a good sell for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm not so convinced Stassi's show is going to be great, but the only things I really enjoyed were her scenes with Beau. Everything else, yes, was so self-produced. Her scenes with Lisa were so self-produced. And yeah, I mean, I understand she's grown up. I mean, I like the Stassi that slapped crazy Kristen across the face, and I
Yeah.
understand she doesn't exist, and that's okay. But like, I don't know if Stassi's that interesting then for a reality show. I'm not sure,
I would love to be proven wrong, but I'm right there with you.
right? Some people just work better in an ensemble, and
Yep.
seeing her in this show, really, I was like, oh, like.
Stassi's really good at feeding off of other people's anxieties and dramas. And she doesn't know any of this cast, and she's not really there to interact with them, it seems. I mean, she is, but like not in the same way as like being an ensemble cast member, like you said.
Yeah, and so her and Beau and the kids and her friends, I don't know.